Hey guys, welcome back to the 15th episode of the Friday Ticker. In this episode, I'm going to go over another few trades I've made in the markets and we'll see how we did. So let's get into it. Now, it kind of seems like my last couple shows I've been talking about short-term trading, and that's because I've kind of been doing it. I've been doing short-term trading. Now, I took a break from short-term trading for a while because, I wasn't really making any headway, and you do have to focus on the markets if you're going to short-term trade, for sure. I definitely don't recommend it with large position sizes if you don't know what you're doing. You really got to be in the markets for at least, I would say, 5 years minimum before you start upping the ante and taking large size positions like in the range of 30 to 50 to $90,000. Okay, those type of positions, the amount of volatility that you're going to see is pretty dramatic, and you got to be able to hold in your emotions and be able to withstand large movements in your account if you're going to do short-term trading. But if you guys like this and me revealing my trades to you and giving you my thoughts on what I see in the charts, let me know and I'll keep doing these. I'm going to keep trading, and I am going to probably keep giving you guys my results and my thinking as far as, what I go into when I go into a short-term trade. I'll continue to do that. Again, I'm not a professional. I can't tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it in the markets. Be aware of that. Trading is risky, okay? And if you're going to short-term trade, make sure you do it with really small amounts, okay? Now, I'm doing it in more of a strategic fashion. I'm selling options, okay? This is a very advanced strategy. It's slow, it's boring, but it works, okay? At least for me, it works, okay? After being in this market for years, I understand now how the markets work from an options perspective, from selling options. That's what this whole market is all about, especially when it comes to earnings and things like that. I've started to realize, looking at the price action, what is really going on. So this week, I made 4 trades. The week of Thanksgiving, it's kind of a slow week. It's not really a hot week to be doing short-term trading, but I was able to make a few opportunities. 2 of them in particular get me some profit, so I'm really happy about that. But I'll take you through my trades and then maybe talk about December, see what's going on there. So first things first, of course, TradingView always has this ad block detector, which is annoying. The first trade I made this week was on, let's see here, PayPal. Okay, PayPal, it's been trading really just nasty the last couple weeks, really sideways. Look at this. I mean, if you did kind of a straddling trading strategy for this between 65 and 70, you've been doing pretty good. But after this dump right here, right on this candle, I sold a put option at $60 strikes right here, right on this candle here, like 2 or 3 days ago. And then it went down like to 58. I think I was kind of in the red for like maybe an hour, who knows. And then the next day, man, it rallied, it pumped up and then up and up and up. And I think on this day, right around 61.80, I closed this put option for about a 55% gain. And let's see here, I made $543, over 50%. Okay, this was like a $1,000 premium trade. So at a 3-day trade and you're up 50% on this option trade, I had like 3 weeks left on the contract. I was like, man, I'll just close it. And if it goes back down to below 60, maybe I'll sell the same one. So that was a good trade, closed it out, made some profits. And then the second trade I made was on Oracle. Now I'm in this trade with 300 shares. I got assigned this week. I sold put options at 245. So I'm down big time on this one. I'm down around, at the low here, I was down, I think, $15,000. So this is a heavy trade. And I didn't think it was going to go down this far. I kind of did a little bit, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I was like, man, I gotta get in this thing because you got to buy the dip. That's what it's all about. That's how you make money in the stock market. And this thing just keeps dipping, unfortunately. So my average after I got assigned is at 238. Okay, so I'm down quite a bit. But then yesterday this thing was dumping on the open. If I zoom in here, you can kind of see this thing opened here at 193 and then just crashed out at 185. And I sold a 180 put out of the money right around here at like 186. Only one contract because I didn't want to add more to this trade if I got stuck with more shares. I'm kind of like a little bearish on Oracle. So I'm being careful about it, but I figured, man, I can make a little money on this because it's so oversold. And you could kind of tell this thing was just all the way from here down to here. I was like, this thing's going to bounce. And sure enough, it got rejected right here at 185, popped back up to 193. And then surprisingly today, it gapped up all the way up to like 211 a share or something. I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of busy today, but even at 204, I was still up on this position like 55%. I ended up closing this put option at a $581 profit, 55% gain on this premium. So I was pretty happy about it. I was like, I'll just close the position. And hey, if it comes back down here at 185, maybe I'll sell the same put option. Who knows? Now, I was trying to sell covered calls. I was hoping it would maybe push a little further. And I'm going to wait on this. I'm going to wait to sell covered calls at the 240 level because my average is at 238. So if I sell some covered calls at 240, I still make money no matter what on those put options. So I'm going to wait. Maybe this thing will pop up here to like the 215, 220s, and then I'll sell the 240s, those 3 contracts I'm in, for maybe $1,000, $2,000. We'll see what happens because the premium wasn't that good. I'm still down on it quite a bit. But so I'm going to wait and be patient. That's what you got to do when you're short-term trading. When I say short-term, I don't mean day trading. I mean swing trading. That's really the best way to short-term trade. Day trading, good luck, honestly. And I don't understand how so many people follow these day traders on YouTube. I mean, these day traders have like 200,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and thousands of views every day. And I guarantee you, none of them are making real money. They never show you their profits, ever, okay? And I'll show you guys my profits. I have no problem doing that. What was the other trade I made? So I made the Oracle and the PayPal trade. And then Target. Target had a crazy like 5% day here. I still have these 1,000 shares of Target. I closed out that earlier covered call for $3,000 in profit. And so I'm still in this trade. And then again, today it had a nice 3.5% move. And right here at the top, it broke 90. As soon as it broke 90, I decided to sell covered calls at $92 a share. My average is at $91.70. So it's above my average, so I'm not going to lose any money. And I went out to January 2nd, I believe it is. So I had to go like 4 or 5 weeks out, but I collected $2,800 on this covered call, 10 contracts. And, you know, if the stock closes above 92, I'm going to sell out of the position and I'm going to make, I think, around $8,000. I'll do a summary of that trade when it's finally said and done with and my total profit on it. But if it closes below 92, I'm going to stay in this trade and I'm going to sell another set of covered calls. And by then, I think they'll have a dividend coming out the week after and earnings. So it'll be real volatile and I'll be able to get more juicy premium on this trade. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, those are my 4 trades, 2 on Oracle, 1 on PayPal, and 1 on Target. So it was a pretty good week. I'm very happy with it. Let's go back over here. Now I'll show you guys my profits for the year in my IRA. I've done quite a bit of trading here. Highlighted in yellow, those were the 2 trades I made this week. You can see here the 581 and 543 highlighted in yellow. But these are all the other trades I've made. These covered calls and put options. These are all in the green, every single trade here. This Fubo one was a short-term gain, but I guess that's in I think that's in a day trading account I have. That was a long time ago I made that trade. But I think in an IRA, they always consider you long-term for some reason. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's kind of interesting. And the big one out of this was Palantir. I sold $17,000 in profit on that one. I think one of these was $5,000. That was in my other account, so it's not included in my IRA. But in total, I'm up like $39,000 in realized gains for both of these accounts. This is just a combined set of accounts from my day trading after tax account and my IRA account. So doing pretty well. Again, I'll show you guys all my profits and losses if I have any. I haven't had any realized losses. I'm usually going to wait until I can make money out of each trade. You know, sometimes you do get stuck with the bag, which I am with Oracle, but we'll see what happens. I think this thing is going to bounce. The AI trade's not over, you know, so we'll see what happens. But you know, that's the status of where I'm at with my two accounts. Mainly my IRA is the one I'm trading these options in. My after-tax brokerage, I kind of am just sticking with three stocks. I'm sticking with AMD, Tesla, and Nvidia. Those are my three stocks in my after-tax brokerage, and I'm just going long with those three. But just in the IRA, I rolled that money over, and now I'm just doing these options and just collecting income as I go. So, you know, let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, do you like this type of content for the Friday Ticker? Do you like to see my trades? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys could, like and subscribe to the channel. Take a look at my previous video, and everyone have a great day. Later.